Hi, fifth grade astronomers. Today we're going to finish the book, Next Time You See the Moon. On Monday, we started this book. We only read the first 2 pages, and then you guys started a moon calendar observation journal, and you surveyed the people in your family to find out what they're thinking, what causes the changes in the moon. And I bet some of you discovered that it's caused because of the orbit. Here you can see the moon is traveling around the Earth. That orbit is what's causing the moon phases. The moon's orbit is the path the moon follows as it travels around Earth. The moon's different shapes or phases have to do with its particular location in its orbit. The moon makes no light of its own. It reflects the light of the sun. So does Earth and all the other planets too. Half of the moon is always lit by the sun, but when that lighted side faces away from Earth, we can't see the moon at all. We call that phase new moon. As the moon orbits the Earth, a few days later, we can begin to see a tiny sliver of the lighted side, and that's called a crescent moon. So here you can see the sun is only reflecting off half of the Earth. Well, we learned about that. That's when this part of the Earth has daytime and this has nighttime. Well, the same thing happens with the moon. And whatever we're seeing from Earth, our perspective, could show only a tiny sliver, or it might show the whole moon. The whole moon is always there. It's just the reflected part that changes for us. As the moon continues on its path around Earth day after day, we see more of that part that reflects sunlight. When we can see half of the lighted side, we call this a first quarter moon. When the moon's place in its orbit allows us to see more than half of its lighted side, but not quite the whole thing, that's called a gibbous moon. First quarter, gibbous. Several days later, we can see the entire lighted side of the moon, a beautiful full moon. As the moon continues in its orbit, we begin to see less of the side that's reflecting sunlight. We see a gibbous moon again, but this time the light is on the opposite side of the moon. The gibbous moon is followed by the last quarter moon. A few days later, we can expect to see another crescent moon. After that, we are back to new moon, and then the cycle begins again. If you keep track of the moon's phases for a while, you will discover that it takes about a month, actually a little more than 29 days, to observe all the moon's phases. This is because it takes about a month for the moon to orbit the Earth. So when you look at the moon today, know that you will see that same phase again about a month from now. So now I'm going to have you watch the Mystery Science videos. They're really good videos. They'll really help you understand what I just read to you about and what I'm trying to explain to you about the moon's phases. There is an activity included, and it's optional. If you can do it, I really encourage you to. It will really help you understand the phases of the moon. Now, when you get to that part on Mystery Science, they're going to say you need a partner, a flashlight, and a styrofoam ball with a pencil. If we were at Pinewood, I would give you the styrofoam ball and we would act this out with our partners. We can't do that though. So you have to find something at home that's round. I found an orange and a shish kebab skewer. So that's what my moon would be. The reason they have you put it on a stick is because they want you to hold it above your head. If you don't have a stick, you can just hold something round up. You do need a partner and a flashlight though to be the sun. And so, depending on where you are, and it's hard for me to do this by myself, but you'll have someone hold the sun, and then you'll be the Earth, and this will be the moon orbiting you. And so, if this happens, and the Earth is in between the sun and the moon, oh, you guys can't see, I see all of the light reflecting back to me, which means it's a full moon, or in my case, a full orange. If the moon orbits around me and comes on this side, and I look at it, I'm the Earth, this is the moon and this is the sun, I don't see any of the light. So I'm seeing a new moon. So act this out. It's a really cool way to understand the phases of the moon. When you finish, I want you to do the check for understanding so I can see how many people need for me to spend a little more time explaining moon phases, or if you guys are ready for me to move on to a new topic. A lot of kids are commenting me questions about how to find assignments. So I'm going to try to show you. My screen looks a little different than yours because I'm a teacher and you're a student. But basically, the 5th grade classroom should look something like this. And when you scroll down, you see when I post an assignment. In order for you to find the document that you can type in, you have to click on where it says Leisha Sherman posted a new assignment. Oops, I clicked it. Leisha Sherman posted a new assignment, Constellations. This is last week's work. When you click on it, your screen will look different than mine. This is what I see. I see that 19 students did this, 168 still need to do the work. It shows me all of your work so I can look at it and comment it. Yours looks different. You will have on this side, right over here, you'll have this little square that looks like the assignment, the Google Docs, and it'll say your name and then work. So Sarah, I would say Sarah's work. If you click on that, it brings you to the document so that you can edit it. And then at the top of the screen, there's a little blue box and it says turn in. You click on that. And then in the middle of the screen, up will pop another box and you'll say turn in again. And then it gets sent to me where I just showed you on my screen so that I can read it and comment on it. If you're having problems or questions, you can still comment me, send me in the comment section all your questions. I'm happy to answer them, but I hope that helped you guys learn how to find the assignments. All right, hope you learned a lot about the moon and have fun doing the activity.